there, folks?
Well, we figure he's Black Bart, Ralph.
Well, it's just me and my trusty old Red Ryder carbine action 200-shot range model air rifle. Lucky I got a compass in the stock. Well, I think I better have a look here.
Hurry, son. Dead-eye 80.
Okay, Ralphie. You win this time, but we'll be back.
Adios, Bart. But if you do come back, you'll be pushing up daisies. And don't you forget it.
Well, you saved us.
All right. It is Keep Calm and Collect on this Monday, December 22nd. Fantastic date, by the way. Do this every Monday night. Come hang out with us. Get a duck like we're about to give out. Link is in the live chat. If you want a chance, go over there to last week's live. Drop a comment if you haven't already. That's where I'll be pulling a duck from. So to give you all a moment to go over there and do that, we're going to say hello. There's one chat that did not show up in my pop-up chat, and that is Mr. Akins. He came in and says, who's on first? Mr. Akins is the first comment. So hello, Mr. Akins. Thank you for coming out. Appreciate you, fellow statesman, Iron Brethren. Let's see. There's a bunch of other ones that's not showing up. That's weird. Michael Baker asks, how many absolute books are on the list this week? There's a few. There's a few. I'm just saying. There's a few. What's going on, Baker? Thanks for coming out. Larry in the house. What's going on, Larry? Thanks for coming out, man. It's been a while. I feel like since I've seen you, so I hope you're doing well. He says hello, everyone. What's going on, Larry? Otaku Mike stepping in. He's saying hi. He's got to go back to work. Thanks for coming out, Mike. Appreciate you. By the way, your package is in the mail from your eBay win. So congratulations on that. Excuse me. Let's see. Hey, 22, you put the wrong week's link in the last live. Last week was the 16th, not the 8th. My bad. I'll fix that real quick. My bad. I went off the one that the first one I came to, but you're right. Share, copy, paste. All right, there's the right link for last week's live. Let me fix it here. Paste. There we go. Now it's fixed. Thanks for showing me that, Joe. Appreciate you. Everybody saying hello to Mike. Is that? Okay, there's that. Baker, Comic Greg, blah, blah, blah. Digger Jim, another Iron Brethren in the house. What's going on? It says, hey, 22 in chat. What's going on, Jim? Appreciate you coming out. Thank you very much. Comics says Comic Fam. Comic Fans. What is going on, Cuppy? Thanks for coming out. Appreciate you. I actually forgot to do the switcheroo. So just so y'all know, when you hang out till the very end, the stream will actually redirect you straight over to Will Couple Comics, Monday Night Raw books. So hang out and let's go hang out with him right after this. You ain't got to do nothing. It'll take you there. It takes you there for you. I'm just saying. Once I put the stuff in, I gotta put the stuff in. I'm doing that right now. So you gotta bear with me here for a minute. Just 2 minutes. It gives you more time to put those comments in last week's live. You know what I mean? So you get a chance to win that duck, right? What's the Monday? Oh, come on. Monday Night Raw books. There's Will. All right, we'll save that. There we go. There we go. Something I'd forgotten to do. My bad. Let's see. What else we got? Is that it? I think that's it. Cool. Let's give a duck away. Let's give a duck away. We got announcements. I forgot about that. Let's do announcements. TM Nerdy was my guest last Thursday for Collecting Uncensored. Had a great time with him talking about his collection, mostly DC, of course, but he did bring some Marvel books. Overall, it was a lot of heat. It was pretty freaking awesome. I thought it was a great conversation, and I think you will enjoy it as well. So go watch the rerun if you did not watch it live with us, and let us know in the comments what you think. So, and be sure to go check Team Nerdy out. Go show him some love over on his channel. Next up is the Baker December giveaway. We have got this Rose Besh. I believe it's Rose Besh. Yes, Rose Besh. I think it's 1/100. CGC 9.8. Kitty Pryde. Lockheed on the cover. Virgin variant. Freaking awesome book. Donated or not, given away by the freaking fantastic Mr. Michael Baker. Man has got 9/8 for days. Be sure to check him out on IG under the handle 95 Heels. All right. So there you go. From Baker. Days of Future FOC was December 10th. So if you want to know what's coming out in February, it's a great show to go to. I usually hit on omnibuses that are coming out, no new number ones that are coming out, as well as like any first appearances that I think may be showing up per the solicitations. So have a great time and love doing that show. All right, let's go to the top 10 here. Baker's throwing some stuff out there. We got some new people in the chat. Let's say hello to them. Know what I mean, Bird? If you pull Mark Spears blind bag, I'll be sick. What? I did one. I did one blind bag. I bought one for Monsters 9 as well, but I won't get that till like January. So happy holidays to you, Cuppy. Thanks for coming out, man. Cliff on Comics in the house says happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Same to you, sir. Thank you very much. 1/100, Rose Besh. Nice. That was at CGC that he's giving away. Up in Adam Comics. Good evening, sexy people. What is going on, Adam? Appreciate you coming out. I apologize that I have not answered your message the other day. Please, you never have to apologize for me. I appreciate you watching doing the rewind. But this is for Adam. This is his new intro, y'all.
So, my friend.
I freaking love that. Shout out to Richard on the Comic and Comics podcast. He made it. He's gotten me where I love that freaking scene now. So, and then I know Adam's like a huge Doom fan, and I'm like, I've got to play this every time I see Adam now. Oh, absolutely right. I'm just saying, Baker has killed it this year. Did someone say AI? I have been using AI. I actually need to message you, Mr. Akins, on the AI for the thumbnails, because I know you're asking me about that. I use AI as a tool for my thumbnails. I absolutely do. I found that it lightens the workload. It lightens me mentally to be able to do it. Now, every time that, like, it's straight up a tool, though. Like, it does not produce what I want the first time ever. And so I go through a lot of tweaks. Like, I kind of get a general image of what I'm looking for or whatever. It throws that up there, and then I remove a bunch of stuff because it tries to cram things in there for me. And I tweak a bunch of things, the characters that it puts up there. Don't look anything near what the output is. And I usually try to make it look more closer to what me. But yeah, I've been using AI for the thumbnails. It's done really well. I've gotten my click-through rates done really well with that. And like I said, it's really lightened the workload of what I've been doing as far as like the thumbnails to help me be able to focus on other things. So yeah, I've been really enjoying the doing the AI for the thumbnails. So I know that there's a lot of whatever for the AI, but I feel like for thumbnails, like, come on, we gotta give in at some point in time, a little bit, just a little bit. Dale of Suspense in the house. Another fellow Iron Brethren right there says, howdy. What's going on, Dale? Thanks for coming out. Digger Jim, you're welcome. I've received much from the comic community, so I enjoy giving back. Fantastic. Dale says, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you, Dale. I love it. Thank you. Absolutely. You were the first person I thought of. I was like, I've got to get this clip in. And I was like, Adam. Every time Adam comes in from now on, that is his entrance. Let's see. You topped that, Jim. So you're saying even the time spent doing the tweaks, it still lightens the workload? Yeah, absolutely. Even for me, absolutely. I get more of what I'm looking for even after doing this. And I feel like I'm getting better at doing the tweaks because like half of the battle is learning how to type to where the AI can understand what you're trying to say. And I don't pay for it. Like, I'm not paying for the AI. I'm not doing that. So, but yeah, like I feel like as time has gone on, I've gotten better and faster at being able to type and to tell it, direct it as to what I actually want. So, and there's still times where I'm like, hey, look, take this out, create a PNG of it, and then I tweak it and do it after that, where like I just it'll put a heading up there. Well, I don't like the full heading. I like what it says. I like the layout of it for the most part, but there's stuff that I want removed. And so I'll like just remove the entire heading. Then I'll take that picture, I'll put it in my software, and then I'll put my own heading on it. And so like it's still not 100%, but it's still not fully AI. Like, it's not AI's complete idea. It's still my idea. AI just gives me a really good start, and then I can kind of direct it from there. A is fine. A is fine in small doses. I agree. Mr. Akins, I guess I never click on an AI thumbnail because I teach virtually and I see AI and I go to the next thing, but I see so much of it at work. Yeah, I could see that. Like, it's very, like, there's a lot of stuff that out there that's like, oh, this is absolutely AI. I try to not, I feel like anyways, I tried to keep mine from being as, like, you can look at it and tell that it's AI, but I don't feel like, I don't get that first impression when I'm looking at it. Because I like purposely didn't, like, it's thrown some stuff up there before and I'm like, oh, no, I don't, that just looks bad. I don't like it. And so then I have to talk to it some more and be like, all right, look, we got to figure this out, bro. We got to figure this out. So, all right, let's give a duck away. Y'all have had plenty of time. Filter duplicate users, random names, 8, get YouTube comments, 6, and the winner is, who's the winner? Mr. Akins says Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Mr. Akins. You get a duck. All right. I already got to send you an A-OK anyways, as it is. So that would help me out if you won. All right. Let's move on to the top 10 list from CovrPrice. Come on, get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. What the what? Right? Right? Hey, I give Mr. Akins a duck. Yeah, he did. That's funny. All right, here's our top 10 list. Let's go ahead and let's look at the bottom 10, though. Lots of absolute Batman on the bottom down here. Omega Man number 3, First Lobo, some more absolute. This honestly looks like last week's list just kind of went down to the bottom 10. Like, I mean, even down to the DCKO. Everything looks pretty much the same as last week. No. I'm saying I have an A-OK that I need to send you. The Man of Steel books. The Man of Steel books. Mr. Akins claims 11, which is Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, number 1. Nice. Nice. That book is gone up since the trailer. What else? We got any more claims on the bottom 10 before I move on? All right. Top 10. Top 10. World Tree, number 1. This is the recalled cover right here. It's really dark. That's why it was recalled. There's actually, when you look at this book, come on, there's like a body on the floor over here. And because it's so dark, though, like you can't see all that. So anyways, this is a recalled error printing. I actually had this book from the late Empire Comics. I bought one of his mystery boxes, and this was actually in there. I recently sold it along with my number 2 and number 3, and I think they went in an auction for like $1.99. There was no news. It was like the next weekend. News broke out that Tiny Onion Productions, James Tynion's production company, is looking to do an adult animated World Tree television show. So that's why this is on the list again. Near Mint's going for $9 now, or whatever. So yeah, at the time I think it was like a $5 book when I put mine up. So yeah, there you go. That's why World Tree is on there. However, my alternative is The Deviant. This is another James Tynion. This is a Christmas story, a very horror Christmas story at that. Just like as we go through the list, and you saw the heading on the thumbnail, like lots of Tynion stuff is getting hit up for like adult animated series. Something is Killing the Children. We just looked at World Tree. There is The Woods that we're going to be talking about later on. And it's like, what are these other Tynion books then that could possibly relate and also like become something? I've heard good things about this Deviant book. We've talked about reviewing this book on the podcast. So I think this is like a 9-issue series as well. Near Mint's going for $5 right now for this book. It's about from what I understand, it's about a person who was charged with murders in a Santa Claus costume, and it's like 40 years later, those murders are starting to happen again. And so it's kind of like it seems like it's a horror based book. So let me know in the chat if you have read this series. What do you think of it? Is it any good? I'm not a Tynion fan, but I'm open to read it just because I have good things. So, Cliff on Comics, appreciate the love, sir. Let's see, claim 17 and Cliff. That's great. 3G in the house. What's going on, 3G? Thanks for coming out. appreciate you. Lots of people got that World Tree #1. Daggum. I'm back. Had to feed the cats. Poor cats. Up and Adam is 2 for 2 already. Dadgummit. Dale 1 for 2. Couple comics 2 for 2 as well. Larry is on the board 1 for 2. 1 for 2. Love the Deviant Great series. Fantastic. 0 for 2 says Mr. Akins and 3G. Up and Adam says it's a good series, but would be hard to adapt with the heavy material. I'm curious about that. Is it the story is just heavy, or is it the actual like imagery? Curious. I'm curious now. Curious. All right, let's move on to number 9. DC's All-In Special #1 features the first appearance of Absolute Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman. I don't know why this book is taking so long, it feels like, to like kind of like catch wheels, especially with Absolute Batman doing so well. At least, yeah, well, Absolute Batman overall doing so well. Near Mint's $51 for this book right here. I went with another group, and there's several books that people look at as being this group's first appearance. And this, I feel like, is more of an overlooked one, maybe. But let's talk about it. It's not the Deviant. It is Swamp Thing number 50. This is the Saga of the Swamp Thing series. Alan Moore. I like this one because this is said to be one of like 4 of the first Justice League Dark, unofficial Justice League Dark, because I don't think they ever call themselves that. They make like hints of like, you know, we're like the Justice League or whatever, something like that. But I like this one. This one's got more, I think, of the characters that are part of that team on there. You got the Demon, of course, Swamp Thing, Phantom Stranger, Spectre, Deadman, Dr. Fate, all that jazz. It's issue number 50, so that's on the cover. CovrPrice has this saying that it is the first appearance, whereas like other ones either aren't named as aren't named at all, or they're cameos. But other ones to look for are Swamp Thing number 49. I believe it's Blue Devil Annual number 2, and then there's like Saga of the Swamp Thing Annual number 2, if I'm not mistaken. But those would be ones to look at as well. Like I said, this one I picked because it seemed like it was more of one that people just weren't really looking at. But when they do, they tend to spend some money on it, as you can see. But Near Mints right now, the FMV is $6. These sale prices have brought the FMV up on the very fine and the fine. So I just think this is one of the ones that people are necessarily looking at a whole lot. And it may be a good opportunity for you to grab a group of, I would think, characters that James Gunn could bring. Like, he's down with the Creature Commandos. He really likes that. I know they're not necessarily horror-based, but still, it's off-the-beat characters in a team setting. So I think these would do really good in like an animated horror-style TV show myself. So that's why I picked it. Let's see how everybody else did. Let's see here. Story is heavy with delving into being gay. Oh, I got you. Tynion does that a lot. And I think that's why, like, it's like the best way I can describe it is like it's just not wrote for me. And that's fine. Like, not every book should be wrote for me. But like that's why I kind of like go against that. Come here. Hug. Squeeze. Kisses. Okay, I love you. Night night. Oh, that does make a difference. All right. Sorry about that, kids. Had to say them goodnight. Yeah, but that's like, yeah. I still think they could do it. But I guess it depends on like how far they really dive into that. You know what I mean? Get a little X-rated. That's a little too much, possibly. 0 for 4 says Mr. Akins. 2 for 4 says Baker. 2 for 4 says Larry. 3 for 4 says Up and Adam. Gone, gone, the form of man. Bring forth the demon Etrigan. There you go. Mr. Akins has been on an Etrigan kick here lately because of John Byrne. Somebody say John Byrne. 1 for 4 says Dale. And 3 for 4 says Cuppy. Nice. Nice. All right. Moving along. What if number 114? This has got a first appearance in I think it says Sharon Carter, but it's the child of Steve Rogers in Rogue, which is just weird. At least that's what Key Collector was saying. So maybe I'm wrong in that, but that's what I was reading from Key Collector. Fine's going for $10. I think this is because of the child appearance and it being a child of Steve Rogers is what I think, in the whole like trailer that's going on with Avatar, that movie that's come out. The Blue Cat people, not the Airbenders. And from what I'm hearing, though, like Steve Rogers' kid that he has is a boy. And a lot of bets are being placed on it being James Rogers. So I went with Avengers number 6. Now, Avengers number 1 has the characters that we're going to talk about listed as first cameos. And then this has it listed as first appearances. So I went with this because it says first appearances. I don't have my notes with me. Oh, darn. There's like several like first appearances in this book. One of them, this became popular a while back because of Zari, son of T'Challa. That was during the whole like Black Panther Wakanda Forever. This book really popped off because of that. But now in this book, you'll also find the first appearance of James Rogers, which is the child of Steve Rogers and I'm blanking. It wasn't Rogue. It wasn't Peggy Carter, though, either. It was somebody else. And now I can't remember who it was. Dang it. I should have wrote it down. But I didn't. But it is the first appearance of James Rogers. I like this book because we're getting the son. We already know his name. It's not Azari. But there's talk about him being aged up as well to get a new T'Challa. And so, you know, there could be something there. But I went more for the James Rogers. That's why I went with that. So near mints for $8. $8 for this Avengers number 6. Like I said, look at Avengers number 1 as well, because that was a very popular book at the time too, but it's just listed as a cameo. But you never know what the market's going to actually pop off with. So I went with issue number 6. Let's see where everybody else is at. Let's see. Mr. Akins is 146. Bryant with I Have Comic Issues in the house. What's going on, man? Hello, everyone. Merry Christmas. Guess who joined the 50 Club yesterday? The 50 Club. Whoa. Whoa. Is that coming with any perks? Is that coming with any perks? I'm like 9 years away. Dale of Suspense. Happy birthday, by the way, right? I assume that's you. Happy birthday. 1 for 6. He's close. He's almost got his 2. Larry's got his 2. 2 for 6 says Larry. 4 for 6 says Adam. Mr. Akins says happy belated birthday. 2 for 6 says Baker. He's got his 2. You're welcome. I'm sure that was for Baker, not for me. Child of Steve Rogers and Aunt May. No, I don't think so. They've already done enough weird stuff with Aunt May. Leave Aunt May alone. 3 for 6 says Will. And let's see. Actual child of Steve Rogers and Black Widow. That does sound familiar. We'll go with that for right now. All right. Let's get back. Absolute Batman, number 1. This is back on the list, still on the list, honestly. This came back here like a month and a half ago, and I don't think it has left the list. So, everybody's just loving this, is what it boils down to. Near Mint's at $174, y'all. $174.
Yeah, how about that? If she just got 99, she wouldn't have made it. But she got 100.
Ooh, bless me. So yeah, that's where we're at. $174 for Absolute Batman. That's bananas. That is crazy. My alternative, Green Arrow #1 by Mike Grail. This is not the first time Mike Grail drew Green Arrow. Nor is it the first time him writing it either. He actually did the Long Bow Hunters miniseries, 3-issue miniseries right before this. I chose this because this is the first ongoing series. It took like the 80s before the Green Arrow really actually got his own true like solo series. This being the first ongoing, then the one right before it was Long Bow Hunters. That's crazy to me. And then, like, Grail had a nice stint with this. I want to say it was like 60 or 80 issues of Green Arrow while Grail was on it. He had a really good stint, though, with it. So, I think this is a good book, a popular book. Very Fine's going for $6. Near Mint sitting at $5. I mean, I think it's Mike Grail. Is it art and writing, or is it just by Grail, Hannigan, and Gordon? But yeah, solid Grail stuff there. And #1, I think it's good stuff. Let's slide this back down as we get talking about some indies here again. Let's see how everything's doing. Joe says 2 years behind you now, Bryant. Nice. Hashtag Aunt May love child. Oh no. 2 for 7. Dale got his 2.
Got my 2.
Larry responds 2 for 7. Trash.
I'm trash.
2 for 8 says Larry. 3 for 8 says Baker. 6 for 8 says Adam. 2 says Dale and Mr. Akins. And 3 says Cup. I have failed y'all. Y'all got way too many numbers, especially up in Adam. God bless. That man's at 6 for 8. All right. What is this? This was a long title here. The Many Deaths of Layla Starr, #1. Now, this is actually was talked about to be turned into an opera. I want to say either in 2022 or it was probably 2023. Anyways, there's been works of making this an opera for Michigan. But here lately, it's also been talked about being possibly turned into a film or TV series, which is why it gets back on the list to now. Near Mint's going for $22 for this indie book right here by Boom Studios. My alternative to this is Vertigo's Death, the High Cost of Living. Now, the stories, from what I understand, are like the synopsis are kind of similar in the sense of like death gets to be mortal and experience mortal things. And this was like a really, really good episode on season 2 of The Sandman. It was the very last episode, and it was this little 3-issue series right here of Death, the Highest Cost of Living. And I thought that was a really good episode. I liked both the Death episodes. I thought they were really well done, and the stories were just really good. And so that's why I pulled this one out. I know it's not an indie for indie, but it's Vertigo, so it's close. Very Fine's going for $10. Near Mint sitting at $3. Last one sold in March. I didn't realize there was like a platinum edition of this first issue. I may start looking for that. That's pretty cool. I like that cover. But yeah, Death, the High Cost of Living. It was a good story. I thought it was good. So check it out if you like the idea of death, an embodiment of death, getting to live as a mortal. Let's see how everyone is doing. Oh, there's so many comments. What happened? What? There's so many. Some outstanding video clips on the show. I try. I have too many comics is all. I have to find something you don't have. That's the thing. 6 for 8 is $750. That's a Hall of Fame number right there, right? Right? There's my honey. Hey, honey, love you bunches. Well, that's an awkward angle. What did I do? What's an awkward angle? Couple Comics says, I really liked the mini deaths of Layla Starr. It's a good read. I may have to check it out then. I may have to. Did you read the Death, the High Cost of Living? What did you think of it? 2 for 10, says Larry. Looks like a Stained album cover. It does look like a Stained album cover. You are like, that's a good pull right there. Yeah. 4 for 10, says Will. Good evening, ma'am. Merry Christmas, says Baker. 2 for 10, says Dale. I wasn't taking part this time around, not because I don't have most of them books, but because I am busy filing reports for work before everyone is gone for Christmas vacation. Nice. Carry on with your work then, Joe. I appreciate you hanging out and listening. 3 for 10, says Baker, and 7 for 10, says Adam. Jeez, Pete. Mrs. 22 on 22 on December 22nd. Planets are aligned. Yup. All right. Cool. Let's see. We're halfway through the list. Number 5 here with Absolute Batman. If you're enjoying this, please make sure you hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed already, hit the subscribe button as well. Come hang out with us every Monday night. Possibly get a duck. Win some free books. It's fun times. I'm just saying. Fun times. All right. Absolute Batman number 15. This shows the first full appearance of Absolute Joker in his true demonic form. Near Mint's going for $8 for this book. That's a very, that's an homage to the Max, isn't it? That looks very much like an homage to the Max. That's what that's got to be, right? Right. My alternative to this book here is Superman number 4. This features the first appearance of Bloodsport, character that was played by Idris Elba in the James Gunn Suicide Squad movie. Near Mint's going for $5. This was once like a $20 to $30 book, if I remember correctly. I pulled on this one because, like, as we get closer to more things that James Gunn's doing, he's already bringing King Shark back, and he's on Creature Commandos. Now, it looks like Stallone's not going to be voicing him, which, fine, whatever. I'm not against that or opposed to it or whatever. But, like, Idris Elba, I feel like, is a pretty big name to have. And I felt like he did a good job with the character. So, like, if he did want to come back, like, would Gunn want him to come back? And, like, Gunn has a tendency to sit there and, like, bring people back. You know what I mean? For recurring roles and things like that. So I just kind of wonder now with this book have fallen off the way it has, like, will we get a chance to have Bloodsport back, as well as, like, would Idris Elba come back to reclaim that title? So if you held off on getting this book, now may be a really good time to grab it. Near Mint sitting at $5. Very Fine's $5. Like, this book has come down a good bit, and he's on the cover as well. Like, it's a lot of good things with this book. A lot of good things. All right, let's see what we got going on. Mr. 22 Stained? Huh. I would have went with Godsmack. Which album from Godsmack? Which? See, the Stained album, I think of their first one, Dysfunction, and then I also think of, I don't know if it was their second or third album, but it's like it's got that bluish tint to it. The black and blue colors is what I was thinking there. Cup said Death, the High Cost of Living is a good read too, not a light book. Deals with suicide prevention. Yep. Like, it seems like the TV show is, the TV episode is, like, pretty much just the book. In live action. Like, that's what Richard was saying, so. 4 for 12. Did someone say John Byrne? I did earlier. 6 for 12 says Will. 4 for 12 says Baker. 8 for 12 says Adam. Someone did indeed, says Baker. Superman 4 was a $1 book before Suicide Squad. You ain't wrong there either. Cup Comics says yes. Or no, Mr. Aiken says yes. Cup Comics. 0 for 12 says 3G. Larry's at 3 as well as Bryant. Nice. All right, let's get back to the list. Coming at number 4, we've got Amazing Spider-Man number 46. Legacy number 487. This features the first appearance of Shathra, which is like some kind of, I don't know, web of life moth lady thing with like mental powers and crap like that. Lots of rumors going around that Sadie Sink is going to be playing this character and in the Spider-Man Brand New Day movie. However, lots of leaks have been coming out that point more towards Sadie Sink being Jean Grey. And I feel like Jean Grey and Firestar are better pulls than Shathra. Like, first of all, why would you get an up-and-coming actress like Sadie Sink to sit there and play a villain that Marvel has done really horrible at doing villains? Number 2, like, if they're wanting to redo the X-Men, they're wanting to use younger actresses and actors. Sadie Sink fits that profile perfectly. 3, Sink is supposed to be coming back for Secret Wars. Why on earth would Shathra be part of that? And then, like, 4, we're going into Mutant Saga after all this. Like, it makes way more sense for Sadie Sink to either be Firestar, which is like a well-known Spider-Man friend, Spider-Man and his amazing friends, or even more like Jean Grey. Like, what? I think the Shathra is a bunch of hogwash, is what I think. Very Fines for this book are going for $16 right now. My alternative is the Infinity War number 1. This could be another book that's hogwash. However, there's lots of reports of the plot having leaked of Spider-Man Brand New Day. So if you don't want to hear about any of this that's possibly true, then like don't listen until the spoiler alert is gone away. But some of the stuff that I was hearing today of this plot leak, where a lot of people were like, hey, this has actually got a lot of stuff that I've heard too, talking about these inside scoopers and stuff. One of the things they were talking about was like Spider-Man almost having this like Tobey Maguire moment where he starts kind of losing control of his powers and his reactions are off and things like that. And they start talking about him like developing like other limbs and whatnot. And by the end of the movie, he winds up going like kind of feral with these other limbs. So it made me think. A lot of people were calling on Man Spider. They were saying that was in the plot leak, that it was Man Spider, all this other jazz. And I kind of feel like, okay, maybe it is Man Spider, but like Doppelganger, I feel like also fits that description a lot as well. The multiple arms, being a little savage, like I feel like Doppelganger kind of fits that mold as well, and that'd be a good call to the comic books. If the Infinity War #1, this is supposed to have like several Doppelgangers first appearances in here, including the Spider-Man one. Near Mint's going for $12 on this book right now. I just feel like if we're talking about stuff, and like even some other people are starting to buy this book, and I feel like it's for that reason. Well, here's, this was early December. This was like late November. So I know the plot leak just came out, but who knows how long that's been out there a little bit. So that's even if it's true. But I think this can be found in dollar bins, back bins, and things like that. So I think this would be a cool book to have. I think it'd be better to have than Shothra here. I'm not real pleased with the whole Shothra thing. What's the very fines on this? Very fines are sitting at $9. Last one sold right around Thanksgiving. So there you go. There's your little Spider-Man key. Little B Spider-Man key for a possible brand new day. Possible brand new day. Let's remove my spoiler alert so people can come back. Mr. Akins waiting for Aquaman #4 from 1994 to pop off at some point, since it has Aquaman versus Lobo and the same actor plays both characters. Well, Momoa won't be Aquaman anymore. But I hear what you're saying. I mean, we talked last week about the whole Superman or Supergirl in Lobo book that I was kind of surprised that it hadn't popped off yet. So let's see where everybody's at. Oh, there's the 14s. Mr. Akins is at 6. Adam is at 9. Larry is at 4, as well as Bryant. 3 for Dale, 0 for 3G, and 8 for Cup. Nice. Coming at 3, we got Absolute Superman #1. This has no key significance that I know of, other than it's the first issue of Absolute Superman. Pretty cool cover. Jason Aaron writing. Near Mint's $15. I went with this book right here. This is The Adventures of Superman #501. This there's Key Collector states that 500 is the first appearance of John Connor, which is the reason why I was going for this book. But then if you look here at CovrPrice says that 500 was the cameo, and this is the first full appearance of Connor Kent. Good Lord. Connor Kent. I was looking for the Superboy that was part of Young Justice. I feel like per another announcement that Gunn has made, or no, per another rumor that's out there about season 2 for Creature Commandos, I think Gunn's going to get a lot of influence from like Justice League Unlimited and cartoons from that time period. And so I was kind of looking at the Young Justice and like characters from there. We've already had like a Superman clone once before, and he was stupid. And so would this make Lex be like, you know what? I'm gonna make another Superman clone, but I'm gonna mix it with my blood so that he's smart. Could this be the setup for us to get John Connor? Not God, I keep calling him Connor Kent. So that's where I was going with this. Barry Fine's going for $3. Near Mint's at $3. I specifically went for this cover because I know there's the die cut. That's the same exact book, but I went for this cover because it's got him on the cover. Like, that's the reason why I went for that one. So that's what I did. I went with 501 because I know a lot of people focus on 500. There's Steel in there. There's the Eradicator in there. There's Connor Kent in there. I think there's actually a couple more, and I'm forgetting them. But that's... I know most everybody's got 500 or has seen it or whatever, but 501. 501, could that be a good one? Like, especially with him being on the cover. Could 501 be a good one? If we were to even get Connor Kent. I don't know. Let's look at the board. Let's see where everybody is at. Rolling through the 15s. 4 for 15. Daggum. 7 for 16 says Mr. Akins. 5 for 16 says Larry. 10 for 16 says Cup. Brian is at 6. Dale is at 5. Woo! 5 for Mr. Baker as well. 10 Cup for the tie says Adam. Wow. Rolling tonight says everybody's rolling tonight. Everybody. I feel like I have failed. Let's go with number 500 so I can get on the board. That's that's why I didn't pick 500. Definitely feel like I'm on a roll with Mr. Baker. And there comes my honey, 11 for 16. That's great. That's great. All right. Coming in number 2, we've got Absolute Wonder Woman number 1. No key appearances that I know of. Just the first issue of Absolute Wonder Woman. Near Mint's $30 for this book. $30 for this book right here of Wonder Woman. My alternative is Future State number 1. Future State Wonder Woman number 1. This features the first appearance of Yara Flor. First full appearance, anyways, of Yara Flor. Near Mint's going for $1 right now. This used to be like a $20 book. And yeah, we got $1 here. So that's kind of... Now, the reason this got up high at one point in time was because there was rumors of like a CW Yara Flor TV show that were coming out. I think that, there was a lot of press for James to go ahead and start getting his Batman and his Wonder Woman ready. Now, I know this was all before all the merger talks and all the other jazz. However, they've already, like, there's already set a TV show that's supposed to be coming out for Wonder Woman. And they said it's a Game of Thrones style TV show. And so I wonder if they'll set the precedent of, like, other Amazonians in other areas and whatnot like that. This would be a really good way to bring Yara Flor in and possibly, like, adapt that character and bring her up some. So, like, there's already been interest before, and with this idea of, like, a Game of Thrones style show, like, bringing in other factions of the Amazons could be a thing where, and maybe we get Yara Flor. So, especially now that her, like, stock is way, way down. I think it would be time to possibly look into that character. Let's see where everybody's at, what everybody is doing. Oh, no. No, it's the battle cry. Oh, and there's responses. Oh, goodness. 6 for 7. Sheesh. Sorry, 11 for 17. 12 for 17. Mr. Akins is at 7 for 18. We have got 7 for 18 says Dale. Damn. 12 for 18 says Cup. Brian is at 7 as well. She looks like a Destiny's Child dancer. She does kind of look like that. You're right. You're right. 6 for 18 says Baker. 12 says Adam. Tell me you can't hear all the single ladies. There it is. That's pretty funny. Now I can't unhear it. The TV show is about the Amazons, not focused on Wonder Woman. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So, and if it's Game of Thrones style, then you're gonna have factions. You gotta have it, right? Like, that's the whole premise of Game of Thrones, is all these different factions and who's gonna take the throne, kind of thing. So, you ain't wrong, Dale. You ain't wrong. 7 for 18 says Larry. All right, let's get the single ladies out of here. The Woods, number 1. Coming in at number 1. This is part of that whole Tiny Onion Productions, an adult animated show coming out for The Woods. That's why it's on the list. That's what the rumor is with this one right here. Near Mint's at $23 right now. The synopsis that I kind of read was something about some kids gets dropped off in an alien forest. So it seemed kind of weird. And Tiny book with aliens, I went with another one, Blue Book. This one got some heat when it first came out. Now this one is done by Dark Horse, so I don't know, like with it being an independent title, does Tiny still get to own like this Blue Book property, this IP, or what's the deal there? But yeah, Blue Book number 1, Near It's going for $3. It's a Tiny story. It's got to do with aliens, UFOs, things like that. So I felt it went really well with the alien planets. There's no word on anything with the Blue Book. It was just a book that when it came out, it was really popular. It actually even made the top 10 and stuff like that. But since then, like, nobody's talked about it at all. So it may suck. I don't know. But it's pretty low buy-in value. So it may be worth the look if you like the aliens and whatnot. So there you go. All right, let's see how everybody stopped into the night. Adam, 22, giving numbers out like it's Christmas or something. Y'all are the one talking about the numbers. I thought Yara looked like Eva Menendez. I don't know who. I can't place who that is. Eva Mendes. I still can't place who that is. I probably do know who that is, but not. So I'm gonna take your word on it. Is that the lady from Hitch with Will Smith? And then she played the love interest in Nicolas Cage's Ghost Rider, the first one. 7 for 10 says Mr. Akins. Michael Baker is 6 for 20. Bryant is at 7. Larry is at 8. Adam at 14. Yup, GOT style. Lots of factions. Women on women. Oh, goodness. Yup, definitely a Game of Thrones style show. All right. I mean, sounds like it. 13 for 20 says Cup. Entering my initials on the high score screen. You should be. You should be. 0 for 20 says 3G. She was one of the Fast and the Furious movies. Which one? Part 2. I'm not placing it. Yes, Hitch. Okay, I know who you're talking about then. She was in Training Day, and yes, Hitch and Ghost. Okay, I know exactly what you're talking about then. Yes, I could see that. I could see that. Has she aged well, though? Has she aged well? She was in Hitch, Ghost Rider, Too Fast, Too Furious. Yep, Eva. Got you. 5 for 20 says the Mrs. There you go. Our 15 for 20. Apologies. I don't want to say the wrong number. 15 for 20. All right. We need a hashtag. We need a hashtag. What we got? What's our hashtag, y'all? What's our hashtag? I need to blow my nose. The one with what's his face rapper dude. I don't think Tyrese is a rapper. Now you may be talking about Ludacris. Now Ludacris is a rapper. Ludacris is one of the best. One of the best. Be careful when you search for Amazon show on the internet. Yeah, I can see that. Hashtag Merry Christmas. Hashtag single ladies. We got 2 for Merry Christmas. 3 for Merry Christmas. All right. Let me get it in there. Give me 1 second. Let me get it in there. All right. Hashtag Merry Christmas is in there. Let's see if I can let's look at the hashtag. No entries yet. All right, so nobody is in there yet. I know a bunch of people wrote it, but it doesn't take effect until I write it in over the side. So get your hashtag Merry Christmas in if you want a chance at getting a duck this evening. I see Bryant's name, but it still says no entries. Why? How about now? All right, we got 1 entry. I bet you that's 3G. There's 2. You filthy. All right, so far, Mrs. 22 and 3G are the only ones in. There's Cups in. Larry's in. So, Adam, you didn't make it in. Mr. Akins hasn't. 3G, Mrs. 22, Will, Cup Comics, Larry, Joe, Mr. Akins. Joe. Okay, yeah, now Joe. Yeah. Yep. Hashtag Merry Christmas. Pardon me, I had to blow my nose. Looks like we got 8 entries in so far. Who has ducks, good sir? Ducks are as follows. Dale Spence, Joe, Bryant, Otaku Mike, Joe, 3 Good Nerds, and Mr. Akins. Those are the duck winners as of right this minute. Looks like we've got 8 entries in. That will include Bryant, Adam, Joe, Mr. Akins, Larry, Will, Mrs. 22, and 3G. 3 Good Nerds. Those are the ones right now who've got are in there. Am I in there tonight? Let's see. Did I call your name out? Yes. Yeah. Bryant, Adam, Joe, Akins, Larry, Will, Mrs. 22, 3 Good Nerds. I feel like I'm missing somebody or skipped somebody. Maybe I lost count. Something like that. Okay, if I want a duck, make it Larry's, please. Hashtag Merry Christmas. If you say so. If you say so, I'll make it Larry's. I'll make it so. I will make it so. Hey, there he is. Comic Cat Collectibles in the house. What is going on? Sorry late. Merry Xmas 22. Thank you, sir. Merry Christmas to you as well. There's Cliff jumping in on it. Hashtag Merry Christmas, says Cliff. Awesome. All right. Get your Merry Christmases in if you're wanting a chance. In the meantime, let's talk about news and things. Not that. Here we go. Comically Comics Podcast. New episode came out today. This is our Christmas special, When Santa Snaps. Sleigh Bells comic review. This is written by Zeb Wells. This is a Bad Idea publication. It is a one-shot, and it's all about Santa and a boy named Bobby, and it's it's like comedy horror almost. Okay? It's it's or comedic violence. That's better. Comedic violence is what it is. So yeah, if you've read this or if you just want to hear about it, Sleigh Bells, check it out. Listen, you can find this on all podcatchers, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, our YouTube channel. It'll be there. Comically Comics Podcast on YouTube. It'll be there Wednesday. So yeah, check us out. Let us know what you think in the comments. Let us know what you think on IG. And yeah, it was a fun one to talk about. So there you go. Sleigh Bells, Comically Comics Podcast. Let's go to the announcements real quick. Last Thursday, I had TM Nerdy on to do Collecting Uncensored. It was a fantastic, fun time. Y'all should go support TM and go check out the replay of this if you haven't already. Drop us a comment down below what you think of everything. And we got the Baker giveaway. Rose Besh, 1 in 100. CGC 9.8. Kitty Pryde with Lockheed there. Awesome book. So, yeah, much love to Baker as he continues to be on a mission to give out as many CGC 9.8s as he can this year. So, finish it up on a 1 in 100. It's freaking fantastic. Earlier this month, Days of Future FOC. This is where I take the FOC that I get from mycomicshop.com, and I go through and we went through all the books in February that were coming out. Number ones, omnibuses, possible first appearances per synopsis, things like that, or not citations, solicitations. So, yeah, fun stuff. If you like that kind of thing, go check out the live. I do once a month, Days of Future FOC, and I go through as many books as I can, and usually it's just Image, Marvel, and DC. There's just a lot of books that come out all the time. So, there you go. Yes, be sure to follow Mr. Baker on IG. 95 heels. Man has got 9/8 for days. There are 12 people in for the duck. Hashtag Merry Christmas if you're wanting part of that. Joffrey in the house. What's going on, man? Says gorgeous cover. It is, isn't it? It is, isn't it? Adam says Sleigh Bells was fun. It's a fun read. It is. It's a one and done for me, but it was still fun. So, hashtag not my Santa. I will say that. Like, hashtag not my Santa. All right, let's go ahead. Let's give this duck away. See what we got. The winner is none other than Mr. Akins. You, sir, have another duck. Back-to-back ducks for Mr. Akins. Back-to-back. Fantastic. All right, yo. This week is Christmas week, so I hope you have a lovely time with your loved ones. Do take time to remember what the reason for the season is. We are celebrating the birth of Jesus Christ, Lord and Savior. So, if you don't know who I'm talking about, or if you want to know more, you're more than welcome to message me on IG. I would love to have a conversation with you and talk to you about that. But yeah, that is it for this Monday. We'll come back next Monday. We will do a giveaway night where we give another 2 ducks away. We have a duck race. Baker will do his giveaway as well. And then we'll start the new year off doing more wacky and fun things on Keep Calm and Collect. So, once again, thank y'all so much for coming and hanging out with me. Y'all have a very Merry Christmas. Stay blessed. Stay safe. As always, y'all have a good one.